What's up, concert addicts? Johnny Kinsvater here with Concert Addiction with a tour announcement to talk about, and this one's a co-headliner. Big news dropped last week. I'm just making the video about it now because I've been a little busy. I've explained how I was sick and all that jazz, so we'll get right into it. This one is going to be Beck with KG Elephant and special guest Spoon. So you got a lot of heavy hitters on this tour, which is called the Night Running Tour. And I should have known that off the top of my head, but I did not for whatever reason. The tour will kick off in July, at the beginning of July, and run through the end of August. And along the way, they're hitting something like 20 different spots, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of big cities, though. Like I said, we start on July 11th in Ridgefield, Washington at an outside amphitheater, which a lot of these shows, if not all of them, are at amphitheaters, which is cool. And then we're hitting Denver, Phoenix, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis, Chicago, Toronto, all these random places. So even places that aren't necessarily big cities, they're playing all over the map on this one, which is pretty cool. Charlotte, Raleigh, Tampa, and then we're going to wrap up on August 30th at the West Palm Beach, or at the Coral Sky Amphitheater in West Palm Beach, Florida. And yeah, I think that's really cool. I think this is a good idea. These two bands, Spoon plays quite frequently. They tour quite heavily and support other tours as well. But KG Elephant and Beck, at least in my area, have not really played a whole lot of shows or have had any tours come through lately. The last opportunity that I had to see KG Elephant was a couple years ago. They played one of the local radio stations events in Denver at the same amphitheater that they're going to be at actually on this track. And then they play I think they've played the Telluride Festival before in recent years, as well as has Beck. But besides that, those have really been the only opportunities. Beck does play Red Rocks and things like that, but he usually does 2 nights, and that's a pretty small spot, so that usually sells out pretty quick. And in order to buy tickets, or in order to not pay out the ass for tickets, you have to buy them early, and they're kind of expensive anyways. So they haven't really had a whole lot of accessible shows, is what I'm trying to say, I guess, within this region. And so for them to be playing these giant amphitheaters is cool because you get to see both of them, and the tickets are going to be way more accessible, at least in my opinion. Usually amphitheaters have a lawn section and general admission section, which would be considered nosebleeds or cheap seats. But I know at Fiddler's Green it's not that bad. I'm not sure how these other amphitheaters are set up, but I'm assuming it's not that bad. And 2 for the price of 1, essentially, as these co-headliners go with all of them. But with this one specifically, like I said, they're pretty exclusive acts, at least in my area. So to be able to get both of them in one night, I think is fantastic. And like I said, Spoon is a great addition to this tour as well. They'll definitely get the crowd warmed up and things like this. I imagine that Beck will be the main person on this, but I don't know for a fact. I mean, it could go either way. They could do alternating nights, which is what they might do, but it also might depend on different demographics and followings like that in different areas. They might determine it that way. I think in Denver, though, Denver, this whole area, we really love Beck, so he'll probably be the closer. But I don't know. It could go either way. They both have a big enough song catalog to fill a full night for sure, and that's the only shitty thing about the co-headliner is that they'll have to be cut, not short, but they'll have a limit on as far as how long they can play, which is a bummer because, like I said, they both have quite the catalog, and I've never seen either one of these bands live, but like I said, how exclusively they play and things like that, and, you know, the tickets aren't always as accessible, and, you know, they don't play as frequently. Like, a lot of country stars and classic rock acts come through every single year, so if you don't see them, it's okay, you see them next year, or at the very least, you see them every other year. These bands aren't like that, so yeah, like I said, I think this is smart, and I think it's awesome, and it'll definitely do well, at least in this area. So I'll post a link in the description where you can buy your tickets and see the full list of dates and all that jazz. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like it if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/concertaddiction, and give it a like. Join the community talking about everything live music, festival lineup announcements, tour announcements, all that stuff we're talking about over there, so join the conversation. Also, check out my website, concertaddiction.com. Second time I've done that tonight. Concertaddiction.com, and between the 3 platforms, you shouldn't ever miss any news going on in the world of live music. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Bye.